Want to know what it's like to live in one of the most sought after neighborhoods in all of San Francisco that is built onto a cliffside overlooking the Pacific Ocean? In this video, I do a deep dive into the Seacliff neighborhood of San Francisco, which has some of the most iconic homes in the entire city. This is Austin Clark, your lawyer turned real estate agent and real estate developer in San Francisco. I have lived in multiple neighborhoods all across San Francisco, giving me in-depth, firsthand knowledge of what it's like to live and work in the city. If you're thinking about relocating, whether in or out of San Francisco, definitely reach out to me. My contact information is in the description below. I would personally answer every call, every email, every text, and I'd be more than happy to help you. And if you like videos just like this, please consider subscribing to my channel, and don't forget to click the bell so you're alerted every single time I post a video. All right, so this video is all about the Seacliff neighborhood of San Francisco. Seacliff is probably one of the most scenic and serene neighborhoods in all of San Francisco. It's located on some stunning shorelines and cliff sides overlooking the Pacific Ocean, and it is one of the 8 master plan communities of all of San Francisco. Tech moguls like Jack Dorsey have homes here. It has really transformed from, kind of an underappreciated area that it was, say 30, 40 years ago into now one of the most sought after neighborhoods and exclusive neighborhoods in all of San Francisco. It's located on the northwestern end of San Francisco. The area is sandwiched between California Street on the south side, Lincoln Park to the west, Presidio National Forest to the east, and then you have the ocean on the north side. Some of the most expensive homes in the area are built right up to the cliffside on Seacliff itself. They have incredible views of the Pacific Ocean, Golden Gate Bridge, Marin Headlands, and the beaches below. And some of them even have private access to the beach. There aren't really any bars or restaurants or schools in Seacliff itself like other master plan communities of San Francisco. It is very much a residential only area. El Camino del Mar and Seacliff Avenue are the main streets in the neighborhood, but they are aligned by incredible homes, not bars and restaurants like main streets of other neighborhoods. Because of where it's located, Seacliff is often one of the foggier, colder areas of the city, but the fog, sometimes burns off by the afternoon. Weather is actually, fairly mild, but it does get foggy and a little bit wet and cold, especially in the mornings. Seacliff also has a surprising amount of Spanish style homes compared to the rest of San Francisco, which, that form of architecture is not that common in other neighborhoods. The narrow streets of Seacliff make it a little bit more difficult for cars to, travel there, but, for that reason, at least, the benefit is the area is pretty quiet, and it's pretty, walkable and family friendly because you're not going to have like a ton of cars going up and down the streets there. Seacliff is a very small community. There are only about 1,800 or so people who live there, and their average income is over $120,000. So it is on the more affluent side, compared to the rest of San Francisco. Median age is much older than the rest of the city, about 44 years old, which, isn't that surprising given, how expensive homes there. It's mostly very affluent families and established families who live there. Nearly 70% of the population there is married. Only a very small subset is single, which makes sense because there are no bars, no restaurants, no shops, not a lot of things for, single people to do. So it's very much a place more for established families. There also aren't really any schools in Seacliff itself, but there are good public schools and private schools in the surrounding neighborhoods. Now, even though there aren't bars and restaurants and shops in Seacliff itself, there still is a lot to do in Seacliff. My favorite thing to do, honestly, is walking the neighborhood and looking at all of the homes and admiring the architecture. You've got moderns and Spanish style homes and Tudor homes, contemporary homes. The homes here honestly are very stunning, and you will never get bored of looking at them. The area also, like I said, borders Lincoln Park and Presidio Park, which makes Seacliff, one of the more serene suburban spaces in all of San Francisco. It's, those areas are great for hiking. There are a lot of, trails there for walking or more intense hiking. They overlook the ocean. You have views of Marin Headlands and the Golden Gate Bridge. People picnic there. There's a golf course in Lincoln Park. You can go to Land's End. You can go to the Sutro Baths. There are also multiple beaches accessible from Seacliff, Baker Beach and China Beach, both of which, have some of the best views and are, very heavily trafficked both by visitors and residents of other areas of San Francisco. Technically, there are no bars, restaurants, or, shops in the Seacliff area, but it is a short drive or, walk if you want to some very popular parts of the city like Geary Boulevard and Clement Street, both of which are, pretty packed with very popular restaurants, very popular clothing boutiques, and a lot of bars. The Legion of Honor is also a very long-standing art museum located in Lincoln Park, which is next to Seacliff, and has a ton of exhibitions year-round. It is a very heavily trafficked and, you know, somewhat touristy area. You also have the Lincoln Park Golf Course, which is one of the most immaculately kept golf courses in the city, and it was actually designated a historic landmark in the 1900s by the city of San Francisco. Since not a lot of people live there, homes typically don't come on the market there very often. There were only 10 single-family homes that sold there in 2022, and for an average price of a little over $4 million compared to, you know, the average home of $2.2 million in all of San Francisco. So it is a very expensive neighborhood compared to, you know, the average area of San Francisco. There are also homes there on the market for over 30, close to $40 million there, including Sharon Stone's old home, which was, you know, first listed for like $39 million. So it is a very, very affluent part of town, very exclusive part of town. All right, that's the scoop on the Seacliff neighborhood. If you are thinking of relocating, I would love it if you reached out to me. My contact information is in the description below. I'll personally answer every call, every email, every text, and I'd be more than happy to help you. And if you like videos just like this, please consider subscribing to my channel, and don't forget to click the bell so you're alerted every single time I post a video.